Sorry, that was weird. I thought I had it in video mode, and apparently it wasn't on video mode. So anyway, I'll just explain this again. I was having problems with my camera at the beginning, and as you can see on here, I'm just charging. I used this battery a little bit. I'm going to turn off the light so you can see the difference. There is a blue LED light and a red LED light, and when it's not charging, it's blue, or when it's charging, when it's done, it's blue. When it's charging, it's red. But the instruction says that there's a LED light that's on when it's charging, and it's when fully charged, the light goes off, which is not the case with this charger. So I was having a few issues with the camera. I was trying to determine whether the batteries were charged or not, because I put the batteries on the charger. They were both red, and it says to leave it for 4 hours to fully charge. Well, only minutes later they were blue, so I unplugged them again, put them back in, then it was red. So I was having a hard time determining whether it was fully charged. So I put one in the camera to try it out, and it wasn't coming on. So I was like, okay. And it was showing that it wasn't fully charged. So then I plugged the wire to the camera, and the camera would come on. So I was like, okay, then the batteries can't be fully charged. Anyway, I then tried overnight to charge the battery in the camera, and still didn't seem to be working right. So anyway, I kind of gave up, walked away from it, and said, you know what, I'm just going to leave it. I'll come back. I don't know if there's something I'm doing wrong or not, but anyway, so I came back and took the battery out, put it in this time, pressed and held the on button, and lo and behold, the camera comes on. But prior to that, I actually got out my little trusty voltmeter and checked both batteries, and they were fully charged. So I knew the charger was working, I knew the batteries were working. It just for some reason was not coming on in the camera. So anyway, I eventually did get it to come on, and maybe I just wasn't holding the button long enough. I don't know what the issue was. I thought I had tried every different way, but it works fine now. I turn it on, comes on. You got to press and hold the button for a few seconds. It's not just a quick press and release, and it does work. So I did try some videos. It seemed to have worked pretty good. Quality of the picture, I guess I kind of compare it to my phone, in which it's not a great Samsung phone. It's the Samsung 8, and it takes, I thought, pretty good pictures and video. And when I compare that to this little Apexcam, it's, even though it's supposed to be 4K, it doesn't look like that. But maybe it's because I'm playing back on my 60-inch TV, and it's just too big for it, and it's hard to take a look at. Just on the back of the screen, it's pretty small. But it's okay. It's not as bad. I had another one that I had bought before and was a little bit cheaper. And this one is definitely a lot better. And I'm going to keep her. I'm going to try it out. I did test the case, as they suggested, just to fill up your sink with water and try the case. The case was fine. There was no leaks. And I put the selfie stick together. Had to kind of figure out which piece goes with what. That little stay in here. So I have that in there, and the camera just snaps in there. And just remember that if you do put it in the waterproof case, you don't hear a sound. I did try out the little microphone that comes with it. That seems to work fine. Seems to work good. So I'm just recharging the batteries now and just checking it out. Just to double check that this turns blue when it's fully charged. It was down 1 bar from me testing the camera all morning and playing around with it. I still have some figuring out to do. I did download the app connected to the camera. It's a little bit pixelated, you know, maybe that's, I do have good Wi-Fi in the house, but it's just a connection, I guess, gives a little bit of issues if you move too quickly or whatever to see on the phone, not on the actual camera when you play back. but it seems to work fine. And here, I'm just going to pause this for a second and turn it on and put the battery in to show.